All right, now let's jump into the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, a team that was, very underwhelming last season. I mean, we went into that Albert Gallatin away game saying, hey, Laurel Highlands should take care of business. Albert Gallatin, historically, a lower program, right? You expect Rodney Gallagher to run over them, and that did not happen at all. Albert Gallatin came out showing their new triple option offense, and it went badly. I mean, Laurel Highlands defense got completely run over that game. Rodney Gallagher, splitting time between quarterback and wide receiver. Not great, but toward the end of the season, it shaped up. They ended up beating Trinity in their home finale to finish out the year. So definitely exciting for Laurel Highlands. What are your opinions here of the Mustangs heading into this 2021 season and Rodney Gallagher's junior year?
Yeah, big things. Where's Rodney Gallagher going to play? Is he going to be quarterback? Is he going to be running back? Is he going to be wide receiver? Who knows? The one position we know he's going to play, he's going to be playing defensive back somewhere in the secondary for Laurel Highlands on the defensive side. But as far as the offense goes, where's he going to go? Is there going to be different packages? Are we going to see him at quarterback one play, running back another, and then wide receiver the next? Who knows? It'll be really interesting to see, and I hope he doesn't get worn out. For me, being a fan of basketball, and he's a local guy, I love going to see Ronnie Gallagher play basketball. Of course, we know he led Laurel Highlands to a 5A basketball championship as a freshman. Will he have that same success at Laurel Highlands? Maybe not this year, but he's definitely a wrecking ball out there as a football player. It's going to be – I just think that's so interesting to see is where is he going to be, and he's going to stay there all season. So definitely going to have my eyes on Laurel Highlands for that matter for sure, as most people are. He's ranked in the top 60 in most rankings for his graduating class in football, and he's top 100 in basketball as well. So it's going to be an interesting topic coming up if we see Ronnie Gallagher finally pick, because I don't figure he'll play both in college, although it's up to him, but I don't figure we'll see him play both, so it'll be interesting to see what sport he's going to pick.
Yeah, as far as him playing quarterback, I don't see that happening this year. It could happen for sure. I mean, they led through that in last offseason. They led through the whole offseason with Rodney Gallagher planning to play quarterback. And then they got into the Albert Gallatin game, and, he was running for his life a little bit. I mean, the protection was not there even when Joe Chambers was at quarterback. And having him as a weapon on the outside is something that no other team in this conference can compare to. But they also have, fairly decent players at receiver and tight end. I mean, DeMonte Kiss is definitely a good 1B option. Matt Lucas at tight end was a big play threat last year. But, the question comes down to me, is can Joe Chambers be semi-competent at quarterback so Rodney Gallagher can do what he does best?
Yeah, and that's going to be the big question, and he's going to have to be if this team's going to want to be a playoff team. Now, Nathan, remind me, how many teams make it in 4A from each conference? Is it 3 or is it 4 now?
How many teams does this team has, or this conference has 7 teams, so you have to assume 4.
Okay, so I mean, if they want to be that last playoff team, they got to still get past West Mifflin and Trinity. They still got to get past those two programs. So if Laurel Highlands is going to want to have that chance, he's going to have to be, if they want Ronnie Gallagher as a playmaker at either running back or wide receiver position.
Yeah, and when you're looking at the roster, you can't be certain that they're going to have that running back threat either, because they haven't had that running back threat for the last couple of years. They got 2 seniors in Ryan Pyro and Max Rockwell that, if one of those guys could take a step up and really be a leader and be, not a guy that's going to go out and get you 5 yards a carry, but even something like 3 would be an improvement of what they've seen, because there hasn't been any production, coming out of the backfield aside from Rodney Gallagher taking jet sweeps. So that has to be something where they need to open up the passing game, because right now Gallagher's getting double teamed against good teams, and it's just not working out tremendously for the Mustangs. But you mentioned how many playoff teams this conference is going to get in 4, and looking at the teams below them, is Laurel Highlands going to be that team where they're just they're just right in the middle. Like, they're better than Trinity and West Mifflin, but they're nowhere close to anyone above them.
Yeah, I will say that. Now, they have great talent like Rodney Gallagher, but from there, it's a big drop off. There's not a lot of continuity around him as far as very skill as much as him as there is at McKeesport, as there is at Bell Vernon and Thomas Jefferson, obviously. So, yeah, they're kind of just that middle piece right there, but in the playoffs, but yet not as great a program as their counterparts.
And then, read off their schedule to me right now because I accidentally closed the tab here. Unless you don't have it open. I got it. They open up here, Connellsville, Southmoreland at home, at Brownsville. I think all of those games are definitely winnable for them at Ringgold. This team is a team where you could look at them being, 5-0 heading into at Bell Vernon. So, and then they got at Bell Vernon, TJ McKeesport all in a row. So, this is a team where if they get some confidence early in the season, that could be a benefit for them.
Yeah, absolutely. When they win games right off the bat, that's going to be huge momentum games. Yeah, like you said, Connellsville, that should be a win. Southmoreland, Brownsville, Ringgold, 4-0, West Mifflin. Yeah, 5-0 heading into Bell Vernon. That'd be huge. And then they got that tough stretch to start October at Bell Vernon, host TJ McKeesport. But yeah, that's going to be really interesting to see how much those wins, if they do in fact happen, help motivate this team heading into that gauntlet that's Bell Vernon TJ McKeesport waiting for them.